legislate morality.
Yeah, states
can.
did. When the country was far more Christian than it is now, they had blasphemy.
And I think you can legislate morality. I think it's fine.
I don't
all
think
legislation.
I mean,
I think you can
legislate anything that you start. If you start legislating morality, people are going to say, "Well, that's legislating religion." That's the argument they're going to use.
All laws are
then,
morality.
Then no more murder laws, no more theft laws. Those are all moral laws and guidelines which are taken from Christian ethics. This idea,
marriage laws.
Well, yeah. First of all, we can legislate morality. We do, and we should. And protecting.
That's exactly what the left has been doing with.
Yeah, good. The thing is like, I know that they're doing that. It's good that we're finally fighting back.
And it works for them to a
It's
large
good.
degree.
We can take their tactics and use them back. I'm sorry the leftists can't burn our flags anymore. That's terrible. But I'll go die for the right to do it. That's stupid. That's always been stupid. And guess what?
That's not the argument that I'm making.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't. It's not the argument that I'm making.
Well, what's
the
argument?
The argument that I'm making is you can't have, because of the First Amendment, you can't say, okay, we're going to legislate these religious tenets. Now, I understand the left actually has a religion when it comes to a lot of their ideology, and it actually behaves as a religion, and so they actually
have the 10th Amendment. The 10th Amendment says that if the United States government can't do it, the states prospectively can. The United States government can't make a law that says there's national religion. That's it.
I strongly feel like that will be.
Almost all of our states had a religion.
Listen, I strongly feel like that will go to the Supreme Court, and the supremacy clause will kick in, and they'll say you can't do that.
You know what? A lot of people made that same argument about Roe v. Wade. It'll go to the Supreme Court and it'll die, and it didn't. And you know what? They might repeal Obergefell. That's going to be great too.
Yeah, but those are different.
The whole merit there is
precedents,
going to be
though.
religious too.
Those are different precedents. The precedent that the Obergefell, I'm not even sure what precedent was for Obergefell, but the idea that you can pass a law that would in some way violate the First Amendment, they're gonna throw. Look, if a state decides they want to, then they can go ahead and try it and see what the Supreme Court says.
There's already been precedent in the Supreme Court for this being called a Christian nation. Right? It was, what was it, Lovejoy? Or I don't remember what the case was, but he literally said it's a Christian nation.
If they want to if someone wants to try it and go to the Supreme Court, then fine. Someone can try it, fine. I strongly believe the court will say, no, under the First Amendment,
falls under the 10th,
you cannot pass.
I think if you make the argument it falls under the 10th Amendment, that you can do some legislative things.
Well, like I said, I think that they would say the Supremacy Clause says that the First Amendment is supreme.
I do think what we're arguing about here is a little bit past each other because of what Tate said earlier, right? That the people do matter. And even to your point, Phil, the Supreme Court justices matter, and the Supreme Court justices are chosen by the president, who is chosen nominally by the people of the states, and so the people matter, and it is going to come down to the reflections of the people, and so we can get into the nitty gritty of the 10th Amendment, the Supremacy Clause, et cetera, but which side is going to win? Yeah, and that will end up being the side that has had to stack the
Part
court.
of the reason why I would say that the Supremacy Clause would take precedent and that the First Amendment would protect people, would prevent states from doing it, is because the conservative justices, they don't always come down where you think they're going to come down. You can reliably pick what the progressive justices are how they're going to vote, right? They're always going to vote in line. Sotomayor and Kagan and what's her name, Kajenti Brown Jackson, they're gonna vote the same way all the time. But you can't reliably predict the other ones.
But at
the other ones,
because why you shouldn't be making this prediction.
But in the past, you could.
That's why you shouldn't be making this prediction.
No, this is why you should. This is why you should be making the prediction, because they're not reliably conservative or not reliable. Like, they're not reliable at all when it comes to conservatives, because the conservative justices, or the normal justices, right? The ones that are not ideologically possessed, they're the ones that actually will think about the question at hand.
Is that in the past you could,
right?
Like this wouldn't have been something that was contested.
Many precedents for your ability to do it. And look, I do understand the idea of government overreach. I was raised on this libertarian stuff, okay, the libertarian garbage. Hey, if we overreach, they're going to use it against us. They don't give a shit. They use everything against us anyway.
I just agreed with that point earlier tonight.
Libertarians are terrible. I don't think, is there a libertarian in this room?
Yeah,
I literally just agreed with that point earlier today.
So I just say, like, no, it's a powerful symbol. and it needs to be protected. And I would like to see these people dragged off the street when they burn it, and I'd like to see their asses thrown in jail as an example for everybody else. That's what I want to see.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.